the forces of evil to permeate my soul. Through the forces of evil, I my salvation. Forth the great spirit and
Blood of the Werewolf's Claw from 2024. Credited for directing this is Mickey Pilgrim. And I say credited for this because I think that's a pseudonym. So, what is this all about? Now, this is apparently a 2024 movie directed by Mickey Pilgrim, but I actually think this is a Mark Polinia movie that is probably using archive footage from a unreleased or partially finished movie, probably from the early 90s, and has new footage added to it to make a film. So let me kind of give you the story here, and then I'll go into a little bit more context. So it focuses on a group of college kids initially, and they are in a lecture where the lecturer, played by Mark Polinia, says that there is this cursed tape, and if you watch this you'll die. So they watch this tape, and it appears to be some old movie that they sort of say, oh, maybe it's a snuff film, where they've discovered this sarcophagus, and this young boy ends up turning into a kind of creature and killing his friends. And now, in the kind of the modern era, so to speak, there appears to be some type of creature now attacking the people who have watched this film. And that's your basic premise. So, yes, so it's obviously got Mark Polinia in it, and it's also got Mark Polinia regular Jamie Morgan in it. Both of whom are in pretty much every film that you come seeing out of the Polinia stable here, but they're not credited. And it looks like there's actually, and again, this is some speculation on my part, but it looks like there's archive footage from at least 2 different films here, because we have this sort of prologue sequence which has a different type of monster in it. And it's going to be taking place, I think, in the 14th century. And then we have this kind of footage which is on this videotape, which looks like it was shot on video, kind of possibly in the kind of the early 90s and things like this. And then the kind of the modern footage, which is clearly filmed sort of quite recently, because, as I say, Jamie Morgan is in many of the Mark Polinia movies. So that's clearly kind of new footage, although it is still has that grainy look. So it looks like it's trying to ape that sort of older style. And again, my speculation, the archive footage looks to me like it was some type of project that wasn't finished, and they've got this footage and they say, well, we got this footage lying around, let's try and make a film using this footage, and that's probably what's happened. That's what I think has happened. So here we are. Now, only once since I have been doing this channel I have ever reviewed a movie 10 out of 10. One time. That is it. In like the 13 years or so at this point where I've been doing reviews. At no point have I ever reviewed a movie 0 out of 10. Today, my friends, that changes. What can I say that isn't a positive here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There is zero to say positive about this movie. I'm normally pretty good at giving you at least some positives, but this one, there's nothing I can say. I mean, I've watched a good few Mark Polinia movies, so I have watched a few of them and can normally find some type of little nuggets I can at least say, well, at least that was kind of fun. Not with this one. This one is, this one is a record breaker for me. It's the first time I've ever reviewed such a crap movie. The Hospital 2013, which is my previously lowest rated movie, is like, whew, I'm off that list. You know, I'm no longer the lowest rated movie on this channel. So there's nothing I can say. The clearly AI cover art should give you some indication that this movie has nothing actually inside in regards to something to watch. It's clearly just a patchwork job of previously made unused films, at least that's my speculation, and you know, quickly and hastily produced new footage which has been just kind of like cobbled together to give it a semblance of a story, and that's all it is. Even its meagre running time, just over an hour, the film pads out its runtime with 2 extended shower sequences with Jamie Morgan. We get Jamie Morgan running around a like a racing track just to kind of kill time, and then when we do see our werewolf, it's basically a literal guy in a Halloween costume with even the tag showing at the back of the mask. Now, we have a kind of creature at the beginning of the movie in this kind of 14th century prologue, which is clearly a different kind of creature, which actually doesn't look too bad considering, but this is clearly an archive footage from something else, nothing to do with the kind of the other archive footage that's used. And in any of this sort of footage, the acting is rubbish, the dialogue is rubbish. It's just there's nothing to say. You could even watch this as a laugh. The only possible thing is they make a joke about how videos have great cover art and the film's normally crap. Well, yeah, I mean that's a little bit of satire there maybe, but that's not enough to even give you 1 out of 10. This is a 0 out of 10, and it's boring. It's stupid. It's just like clearly just trying to make a product that they can put out there for minimal effort, using kind of old, unused film. I tried to find out what this film was originally. I couldn't find anything, to be honest. But it may well be a film that exists. I don't know. But to me, I think it's because it's not even mostly runtime. To be honest, it's about like 35% of the runtime is this archive footage, so I don't even think it's probably a full film. It's probably to me it's like a project that was just kind of like stopped for whatever reason. But no, we got it lying around, so let's try and make a film around it. Honestly, it's the worst type of B movies. This to me is like I know Mark Pellini's thing is like releasing knowingly crap films, but this is just like, if someone were to buy this, they're never going to take a chance on a B movie again. This is the problem I have with such crap films that are knowingly shit. If someone who doesn't normally watch B movies, I thought, well, do you know what? I haven't heard of this and I'll give it a try. And then they buy it and think, I'm never again going to buy a film that I've never heard of. That's the issue I have with these really, really bad, like quickly produced low budget films. 0 out of 10. Have you seen it? What is the worst film ever that you have seen? Let me know. Bye for now.